So here I have my blank nail. I'm going to take my nail color, shake it up a little bit when you start, and I'm going to paint the nail the color that I want it. And this one, obviously, it's very light, so I'm probably going to need more than one coat. So you fully get that color all over there. See, I've got the color going here. This should take about 50 seconds to dry. So if you have a darker color, I mean, you can use a light blue or any kind of a lighter color. You don't have to use pink. I'm going to go ahead. This is fast drying, and when on fake nails it dries even more fast. I don't know exactly why. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my second coat. Make it nice and even on here. So you can see I've got my second coat going on. Nice, shiny, and even. So this is the pen that we're going to be using for this next step. Pretty much dry. So I'm going to take the cap off of my marker here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dot in the middle of where my nail is, kind of in the center here. I'm going to kind of do a V pattern, one to one corner and one going to the other corner, just like this. Here's a V. Kind of do this a little bit, make sure my marker is nice and clean. And then I'm going to do a V pattern going downward. So I'm going to do another V to the bottom here. So it's basically going to look like a giant X. So there's my X that I have on my nail. I'm going to color it in a little bit more, make the lines a little wider so that I can put the spotted design on it a little bit later. So I'm making the lines just a little bit thicker. See, now I have a thicker X. And then, so now I'm just trying to get my ink on my pen here real good so I don't have to mess it up. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a line on the side here. So it looks like that, coming out from the middle. Kind of looks like a spider almost. I'm going to do the same with the other side. Make those lines pretty thick as well. I got a little bit on the side there. So this is what it looks like at step 2. So now you can kind of see this kind of looks like the spider with the dark lines. And then from here, what I do is when I'm making this design, you can do this any way you want. I'm going to draw and try and connect my lines to make triangular shapes. So for example, I'm going to draw right here, I'm going to make a triangle. See, I just made a triangle shape here. I can make a bigger triangular shape here, and then I kind of have made 2 here. Gonna draw another triangle. So now I've got 3 little triangles, and I'm just gonna keep making triangles all the way around, connecting these lines. So I'll make a triangle here, and a triangle here. I'll connect the line and make a triangle there. And I'll do something off the wall and make a triangle kind of going that way. Basically, you're making a bunch of triangles on your nails. So you're making some kind of triangular design. You can connect lines and just make maybe another big triangle. You can even divide a line in half and make 2 triangles. So basically that's what I'm doing. I'm just making triangles with my nails. And then I'm making smaller triangles as I go. Trying to keep that triangular shape going. And I think the smaller the better. So once I've made my triangular shapes, so now you can see I've got all these triangular shapes on my nail. What I'm going to do is take this black pen and I'm going to outline the edge where my cuticles are around the nail to make it black. So I'm outlining the back of the nail and then outlining to the front. So the front's kind of going to be black and the sides are going to be black. So here we go. I have all the way around. I have a border of black that I had drawn all the way around, and I've got my triangles. So now you can see that stuff. So it's coming along compared to the other ones you can see around it. So then I'm going to go ahead, let that dry. I'm going to put this pen away. I'm going to give that a minute. I am going to go ahead and fill in some of these little triangles. Alternating, trying not to get the silver ones to touch the other ones. So you kind of want to alternate. So you basically want to take, let's see, this little triangle right here. We're going to just color in this one in silver. And don't worry where the color runs. You can take your black marker and you can go ahead and reshape the triangle around it so it looks nice and neat. So I'm coloring in these triangles, kind of alternating. You can kind of do wherever you want to fill in the silver here. So I'm filling it in here. Just kind of getting it everywhere so it's noticeable. Trying to find spots that look a little unfilled. This nice little filled in triangles here. You can still see black and you can still see the pink. And what I'm going to do, since I have so many triangles here, is I'm going to take my black marker and I'm just going to go ahead and touch up my triangles, kind of where I colored in and they kind of blobbed over a little bit. Okay, so now my line's a little more clean. It doesn't look as blobby now. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and put the cap back on my black. And I'm going to go back to my silver pen. And this time, we're going to do dots. Now, I'm going to take where I have big thicker lines, and I'm going to put small dots down the lines. So anywhere I've got a thick line going around, I'm just going to put a small dot. And you can put as little dots as you want, or if you want more dots, you can add more dots. The more dots, it looks more kind of it gives it more of a camouflage, kind of a blended look. The less dots, it looks a little more geometric, so mine's more of a blended look. It's looking a little more silver than I'd like, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and touch it up a little bit here. What you can do, and I mean you can touch it up at any time if you feel like your dots are not turning out or whatever to what you like. You can always come back with the black pen and go around. see, and then I got that stained glass pattern there. You can still see the pink. Okay, and then the last step that we're going to do here to make it nice and shiny and make sure that it does not come off, we are going to take our top and base coat here, give it a little shake. Okay, and then I'm just going to real quick put one layer on as to not bother it so much here. Let this coat dry, and then all you have to do is after this coat dry, you just add one more coat. So I'm going to take my nail polish remover, since I got some goofs around my edges here. I'm going to take my Q-tip here, and I'm going to go ahead and dip it, and then kind of scrape it along the edges so I don't have a lot leaking out. And then I go around the edges with this Q-tip here, right around the cuticle area, removing any excess nail polish or paint that I might have gotten right around my cuticle area. And then sometimes you might have some like underneath here, underneath the nail itself. If you have long nails, make sure you check under there to make sure you didn't get any under there and along the sides. There's just a little bit of more pink here. So my base coat is drying while I'm sitting here taking the excess nail polish off the sides to make it all pretty. Okay, so now I've cleaned that up, cleaned up real nice, and got the nail polish off the edges. So then, now after that coat has dried, I'm going to take another layer of top coat, and I am going to go ahead and again quickly brush over it. And once that dries, it'll be just as shiny as the others, and you basically have this pattern that matches the rest of your nails. So that is how you make this unique stained glass pattern of nails.